Motherland is increasingly successful, and all Hungarians in the Carpathian Basin can plan for the future with high hopes, Prime Minister Viktor Orbán said at the 12th session of the Hungarian Permanent Conference. Ethnic Hungarians in the Carpathian Basin can plan ahead with optimism for the next 4 years, because Hungary has achieved nearly across-the-board consensus in some important areas of nation policy, such as dual citizenship and the autonomy of secular land. Representatives of all ethnic Hungarian organizations from beyond the borders and all Hungarian parliamentary parties unanimously approved the closing statement of the Hungarian Permanent Conference session on Thursday. Zsolt Semjén, the Deputy Prime Minister in charge of Hungarian communities abroad, said the document states that 2014 will be the year when the Hungarian nation is fully united in legal terms. All the participants agreed that the introduction of granting Hungarian citizenship in simplified procedure was a historic achievement, he added. Semjén said there was full consensus in the two most important issues for ethnic Hungarian communities abroad, in that ethnic Hungarians abroad deserve to get citizenship and voting rights, and that their autonomy should be supported. Hungary in the past 3 years produced results that even its opponents recognize as success, the Prime Minister said at the third meeting of the Hungarian Diaspora Council, the forum of Hungarian communities all over the world. Viktor Orbán referred to the European Commission's Tuesday forecast, indicating a gradually improving economic output, and said that though with grinding teeth, international organizations including the EU and the International Monetary Fund cannot but report the achievements of the Hungarian economy. Orbán encouraged Hungarians in the diaspora to cast their ballot in next year's parliamentary election and reintegrate in the bloodstream of the nation in a legal sense. We asked the Ukrainian state to acknowledge the sufferings of Transcarpathian Hungarians under Stalinism, Parliamentary Speaker László Kövér said at the opening of a commemoration for the Hungarian victims in Transcarpathia of the Stalinist terror. When we ask others to respect our monuments and do not violate them, we do not ask of something which would not be the right of any people or nation in the world. When we ask for a Hungarian language school district for Hungarians in Transcarpathia, we ask for something that is the right of every free individual, he added. The European Commission has significantly improved its forecast concerning the Hungarian economy. The Commission now expects a larger growth and smaller deficit than indicated in their May forecast. According to calculations published on Tuesday, Brussels economists expect a growth of 0.7% this year and 1.8% in 2014. According to the spring forecast, those figures would have been 0.2% and 1.4% respectively. The Commission expects that the deficit target required by the EU would be met in both years, unlike the earlier projection. The fresh forecast suggests that the deficit will be 2.9% in 2013 and 3% next year. The National Cohesion Committee of Parliament has condemned a decision by the Petition Committee of the European Parliament to remove a complaint from its agenda concerning violations against Hungarians in Slovakia, head of the committee Árpád Potápi, a Fidesz lawmaker, said. The head of the Human Dignity Council said the body would appeal to the European Court to annul the European parliamentary decision. Zoltán Lomnici hopes that his appeal will be handled in a fair procedure and on basis of appropriate legal arguments. A low turnout is expected at Slovakia's regional elections on Saturday. According to polls, nearly half of eligible voters consider the elections as a priority. At the upcoming election, the heads and members of the county councils will be delegated. The election will determine the level of representation that Slovakia Hungarians will have at regional level, which makes participation important. The greatest competition is expected in Nagyszombat County. The Hídmoszt Hungarian Slovak Party has nominated MP József Nagy council head, while the Party of Hungarian Community is running party leader József Berényi. Mayors and Hungarian school heads in secular land could face further persecution after the court of Csíkszereda scrapped the prosecutor's decree under which they would be prosecuted for displaying the secular flag on town halls and schools. The court said in its ruling that the prosecutor's office had based its decree on the wrong stipulations when it declined to order an investigation. It was a Romanian national from Maroshévíz that appealed against the prosecutor's decree, the same person that had filed the original complaint. Csaba Borboly, head of the Harghita County Council, said that a single government decree could settle issues surrounding the use of the secular flag. Under today's ruling, however, criminal proceedings could be initiated for displaying secular symbols. The upgrading of institutions in Transcarpathia will continue under the Eastern Partnership Program, an agreement by State Secretary Zsolt Németh and Ivan Baloga, the president of the County Assembly of Transcarpathia, said. Under the first phase of the program ending in October, 56 schools, nurseries, cultural and social facilities were fitted with new doors and windows and heating systems. The Hungarian and Ukrainian sides contributed $1 million each towards financing the project.